And that song was
Heaven.
Heaven by Greg Banks. So what was the inspiration for that song?
Well, honesty is the basis of it is love, man. It's love for a woman who's encouraging you and supporting you and showing you that no matter how hard you get to where you gotta go. And it's not just for, your partner. It could be for your mother or your mother or sister. Being strong and being supportive and being honest is what it takes, because none of us can do it on our own. It takes someone to believe in you and also almost invest in you as much as you do in yourself for you to get to where you got to go. So it's a moment of saying, I appreciate you for being so angelic but choosing me.
Wow. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Because, we all need others to believe in us. We can be strong and we could go it alone and everything else, but it really does take the support of a community because it's very easy when you don't have somebody supporting you for those self-doubts to creep in, for you to worry, am I really good enough? Can I really do this? Did you have any of that when you were, once you made the decision and the commitment and you were out there playing and doing gigs and stuff and things weren't quite maybe happening quite the way you expected it?
Yes, I did. And when those moments came out, I thought to myself, what more can I do? So that's what I can to evolve. Maybe in this evolution, I'll find some serenity and I'll get closer to where I got to go. So time has also been a beautiful thing because when I started, I was like pure R&B. Those were the things that was the language I was speaking. And then from there, it went to a fusion of R&B and soul. And then from there, it went to R&B, soul, funk, and then rock and roll. Became a part of it. And I think God for allowing me to grow because had it happened sooner, like we said earlier, I wouldn't have been able to do what I'm doing now, and I wouldn't have the story that I have now. So, although that's a beautiful thing, I want it to happen as soon as possible, though.
Right.
But I'm thankful for the time that it's taken because I've grown to truly appreciate it and truly be a valuable asset to those who are coming up. I can teach them how to, just be hungry, but also be patient, be driven, but also be kind, and just take the journey day by day.
Yeah, day by day. Big shout out to our listeners on the Facebook live stream. Alex, old dear friend of mine, thank you for tuning in. So, Greg, when did you come to New York City? You're a local now, right? You live in New York City?
Well, they say it takes 10 years. I've only been in half of that.
Okay, 5.
I've been in for 5 years, 6 years in October.
All right. So you're an easy pass executive at the moment. And so you started with trumpet. What other instruments you play?
Well, piano was also a segue into that, just to find the voicings, but guitar, harmonica, a few pushes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool. And who are your inspirations? Like, when you want to sit down and listen to someone else's music, who do you like to listen to?
Sly Stone, James Brown, the Meters from New Orleans. Okay. And sometimes I don't hear any words at all. Now I went to Marcellus.
Yeah.
Definitely. But that's so. Prince, of course, he's even Sam Cooke.
Yeah.
I listen to the people who inspire me, just to be invisible. Yeah. Just to be myself and allow myself to radiate. And that's why the influences that I have are that, because they took their story and their story is now gonna live forever. Right. And that's what I do. Through my music, I share the things that I experience, things that I see, things that I can probably feel that I can predict. I put a story out there, and hopefully it'll change someone's life.
Wow, beautiful. So where do you get do you write your own music?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so where do you get your inspirations for the songs you write?
Life. I get it from living, so I'm thankful. But beyond living, being present and all that I'm living too.
Being present's important. A lot can happen when not being present. It's like,
right over your head. And I think that sometimes, maybe I'll divert the conversation for a second. Sometimes in pursuit to where we got to go, we tune out everything else because we want what we want.
Yeah.
But you miss everything valuable to keep what you're working at there.
Yeah.
So that's what I have to always remind myself of. Be present, because it's in that moment when you just walk into the store that you may see someone that could change your life. And if you take those troubles from the lack of not having it, you can miss something that's going to get you there.
Right.
So I always switch my mindset. I'm thankful for being alive, having the activity of my limbs and the drive and ambition. So I go out and hopefully I connect with someone to change my life.
Yeah, cool. Was there a point over the last, 5-10 years when you're, doing the music full time that it all of a sudden it came to you, what, this is going to work, I'm going to make it?
Yes. When I met this lovely lady sitting, in the audience.
Off to the side. We'll have to get her on.
Because
say hi.
Yes. Because like we spoke about before, when you meet someone who's equally as passionate about their own lives, and it just happens to coincide with yours, two of the same mind are going to get there.
Yeah,
It's going to happen.
And it exponentiates, right? It's not like 1 + 1 is 2. It's like 1 + 1 gives you 20.
Man, it gives you all that because it's someone else in your moments of doubt that gives you assurance. You're like, listen, you can do it. And it's someone also, which I have to admit that I haven't always been easy with, someone else who can see what you can't. Someone else who can offer a bit of a perspective that you can't see because you're doing one particular thing. So someone who from the outside can offer the things to make the entire picture. That's very important. Seek people of like minds, also who may be more than you to get you to that level.
Right.
Because you want people who you have similarities with, but people who you can learn something from even more. Is important.
Right, exactly. We want people who are going to lift us up.
Oh yeah.
Not that we always have to lift up other people.
Right.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with helping other people and helping them to raise up their level. But as we do that for others, we need people to do that for us as well.
So you be depleted and you have nothing to offer.
Right. Well, now that you're a full-time musician as an adult doing this, is like your life. Is there anything about being a musician that really surprised you when you thought of it when you were younger? You had a very different expectation about it?
Yes. The fact that every time I write a song, I'm introduced to new magic. It's like someone doesn't even have to speak the language, but they be moved by feeling.
Right.
So, like, whenever I meet fans from different parts of the country, and they tell me about how my song moved them, like that's beautiful because I had no idea that it was sort of like telepathy. It's like this energy field that goes out and touches people in a way that you could never even imagine. And it's like you didn't even have to live the experience or even know about it, but when I tell you about it, you feel as if you were a part of it. That is magical. I had no idea it was so magical. I knew that it was rewarding, but in a way that soothes the soul, I had no idea. Like it's magical.
Have you found music healing for you? Yeah.
That's why I was able to put down the idea of neurology and go to music because everything else would take taken away. Photos, books, everything. All I had left was the choice. The choice was either to be better or be bitter. And being better, that was to allow my music to change my life.
The choice is either to be better or to be bitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And better definitely serves us more than bitter.
Bitter. I mean, I have no idea where that could have led me.
Yeah.
That's not life at all.
Definitely not place. Oh, we got a bunch of hearts on the Facebook live stream for that one. Thank you. So you have a band you play with?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
Tell us a little bit about your bandmates.
Well, I want to first thank each and every one of you because this is a very, very, intense journey. It's an interesting thing because you can be some of the most talented people. They can play better than anyone you ever met, but they have to have the common goals in mind too. They have to also want what you want, because if they don't want what you want, then it'll only go but so far.
Right.
So it's always to go beyond phase value and find someone that's good at heart and who wants to build the vision, and also understand that although it's a vision that you might have been building for, it's something that everyone shares. So it's getting people who understand that I can give to this, something for me is also going to manifest. So it's finding people with common interest who are okay with supporting something that will also later on build a segue for all of us. So that's been the journey. But
so it's like finding your tribe. Even if the tribe is just 2 people or 3 people, it's still finding your tribe.
That's the word, man. It's definitely that tribe. That tribe of good individuals who are also driven and ambitious and want something greater than what the 9-to-5 life can provide, and they want to change the world. So I'm thankful for those guys. They really contributed so much.
Did you meet them all around the same time, or was it a little bit here, a little bit there?
It was all. This is like the 4th band that I've had.
Okay.
Yes, because
And how long have you been with these guys?
Well, one maybe 3 years, and then others 8 months or 9 months, and then a year. Okay. Because sometimes. I understand, if you investing your time into something and it's not materializing the way that you want to, maybe you shift gears, but someone who understands that, not even that, it's for different people, because it's not that you don't understand the value of taking time, it just may not be what you're willing to put your time into. Right. So when I find people who understand the greater vision and are willing to be patient and grow with the journey, then that's all I could ever ask for, because, it takes more than one, it takes a team, especially to make the impact that I seek to make, as a musician. And really inspire kids to pick up the instruments again, and learned how to, express themselves through art. So that's why I do it, because I have to show the city that gave me what I have that it was all worth it.
How many hours a day do you practice?
Well, sing when I wake up until I go to
sleep. All day long.
Oh yeah. Now with the band.
With the band.
I try to get in a couple times a week, but as you know, it's paying for the rehearsal space and then the time outside of the 9 to 5, because I still have to work to make the money to pay them and invest back into the craft and invest into the instruments and the studio time. So it's really like a breaking even thing for quite some time. And like profit, you know, is like a far-reaching thing that you're working toward. Even with that, I don't know how I managed to keep such nice threads.
Yeah. New York has great thrift shows, right?
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, this is the secret of New York City. Most people don't realize it can be a very expensive place to live, but it can also be a very cheap place to live if you know where to go and the things to do. Like, you can get great food really cheaply, or you can get great food and pay a ridiculous amount of money for somebody. Yeah, absolutely. And you are playing in clubs and stuff around the city.
I mean,
now,
I played almost everywhere.
Yeah.
The ones that are on the bucket list are Barclays Center and Madison Square Garden.
Ah, the big ones, huh?
Come on, why not?
Yeah, of course.
We earned it, man. You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we got to get that talent agent, man, the person that has the connections to the bigger venues.
Yeah. What's been the largest venue you've played so far?
Whiskey A Go Go in Hollywood.
Oh,
I believe.
Nice.
Brooklyn Bowl, yes.
The Brooklyn Bowl. Yes. Oh, yeah. I saw actually one of my favorite bands there, Nocco and Medicine for the People. It was like their first time playing in New York City, and a friend of mine turned me on to them a couple of years ago, and I just loved their music, and that was my first time out at Brooklyn Bowl. That's a nice place.
It is very nice.
Yeah. Cool. Let me know when you're going to be there next.
Yes, we'll do.
All right, cool. We're going to take a couple of minutes, a couple of announcements, and when we come back, again, listen to the lead-in music. We're going to have some more funky stuff. Stay with us.
That's it.